Today, Saturday of the second week of Lent, we come to the church Santi Marcellino e Pietro, the little church of Saints Marcellinus and Peter, standing at the corner of two busy Roman streets, serves as a humble reminder of the witness of the two saints whose names it bears. Their story shows how even widely contrasting personalities do not present an obstacle to united work in the service of the gospel. Peter was an exorcist who, because of his outspoken defense of the faith during the Diocletian persecutions, was imprisoned. There, the peace he exhibited in the face of his impending death attracted the interest of his jailer, with the martyr's witness eventually bringing about the conversion of the jailer and his family. Following this, many conversions happened, for which Peter sought the assistance of the priest Marcellinus to administer baptism. This priest, although of a quieter nature than the exorcist, nevertheless did not hesitate to celebrate the sacrament, despite the dangers this would entail. Although the persecution briefly waned after this, upon its renewal, both Marcellinus and Peter were arrested and judged guilty. After a few days of rough treatment, both were brought to a deserted place outside the city called the Selva Negra, the Black Forest, on account of its remote location. There they were to be beheaded, where nobody would find the remains to venerate them. However, after their martyrdom, a bright light was seen to shine in the place, so that the area was now called the Selva Candida, White Forest. After appearing to two Christian women, the bodies of the saints were brought to the catacombs, where they lay for several centuries. In the 9th century, their relics were brought to Germany for veneration in new churches being built there. The first records of a church built in their honor date from the late 6th century, although it's possible that the church was built as early as the late 4th century by Pope Siricius. After being modified several times over the succeeding centuries, a decision was arrived to rebuild this church in the mid-18th century, and demolition of the ancient structure began in 1750. The construction of the current church began soon thereafter, concluding in 1754. Some points of interest are the tomb of Bonosa, a noblewoman martyred in the year 207, the tomb of Telenius, once a soldier under Diocletian, who was also martyred upon conversion, and the high altar, which contains the relics of Saint Marcia, who also died with Marcellinus and Peter in the Diocletian persecution.